Good evening, everyone. This is Karen, and I am so excited, as always, to bring to you guys some of the very best training that every single week I know I say the same thing. It's the best. And tonight's going to be the best as well. We have the incredible Dr. Kareem, who we have so many of us have used his 4 minute video. That's how I started building my business. At one point, we had none other except Dr. Kareem's. And so I kind of got trained to use his 4 minute video. And so he's just educated us from day one. And we tonight have asked our famous sisters. I said, our next presidential, Nikki and Misti, are here with us tonight as well. And so we're so excited, guys, to have you all here. Thank you for showing up. I ask that you get your pen and paper out because what they're going to bring to us is going to be so powerful. You don't want to forget. However, we will have the recording in our team page. And then I am now going to turn it over to Dr. Kareem. Dr. Kareem, I know you just worked a 14-hour shift and then you did a 12-hour shift, and you love us enough that you came and you're sacrificing your time to be with us and share with your heart with us and your knowledge. So thank you. I'm going to turn it over to you, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Karen. Oh, listen, I couldn't say no to you. You are the sweetest. You are someone that pours into everyone, and you see us. You understand? That really means a lot. You see us for who we are. You accept us at whatever level we are in life, no matter it doesn't matter. And you just treat everyone with such humanity and such grace and such posture that it makes us want to lift up and be better. And you're an inspiration to me, Karen. You reached out to my wife, and that touched my heart the other day, just out of the blue. She said, I got a call from Karen. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's so sweet. I'm so grateful. And so I just want everyone to know this is the type of leader that you guys have here. Someone who across the board, it doesn't matter if we're in your downline or not, you pour into us and you give us the best advice that you have. And it is really, really good. So thank you, Karen. All right, let's get into it. So, guys, the first half of this, what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you my story a little bit. If you don't know, my name is Dr. Kareem Griffith, microbiologist, pharmacist in Alabama. But more important than that is that I have three beautiful daughters. I'm a girl dad, and I also have a beautiful wife that I was just talking about named Ty. And so what happened with me was I looked at this and I was very skeptical and I didn't want to do it and I thought it wasn't going to work, but I went through all the things and I found out, okay, there might be something here. And I'm going to pause right there because after I finished going through what happened to me, when I finally said yes, I'm going to come back at the end and tell you guys and show you visually exactly what that journey looked like. So let's stop right here. Everybody take a deep breath. It's been a long day, and we've been looking forward to this. So the title of this training is going to be From Bronze to Double Diamond and Back Again. And what the climb, the fall, and the wake up taught me is a valuable lesson that I think everybody can take some notes on and learn. First and foremost, I want to give God all the praise. I always start off that way. I would not be here today if it wasn't for God in heaven above that put the breath in my lungs to get me up this morning. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful for another chance to serve and a chance to learn and a chance to grow and help people win. One of the things on our team that we is one of our motto is win the day. No matter what that looks like. If you reached out to one person, put it in the chat and we'll celebrate you like you reached out to 10 or 20. Win the day, you guys. If you do that, those wins stack up. And so I just want to say right up front that I believe that I'm here to do this training for a reason. Karen asked me something was on her spirit where she reached out and I said yes. And even if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, I believe that you are here for a reason tonight as well. I do not believe that there are any accidents. I believe that God orders our steps. I believe that purpose is real. I believe in alignment and that you are here because there is something in the message that is meant for you to hear tonight. I'm not just here to motivate you. I'm not just here to make you feel good, but I'm here because I need to wake you up. I need to sharpen your tool. I need to remind you of the reason you said yes. I need to move you into action because that is what this season is about. In case you guys don't know, we have a launch in 3 days. Who's excited about that? Put through some threes in the chat. Three, 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 three. It's a countdown. Three, two, one, go. But do you wait till go before you start sharing? Definitely not. This tonight is the time to wake up, tighten up, and move with purpose. Tonight, I want to teach you from something that I have lived. Not just something I heard about, not something I read in a book, not something that sounds good on motivational posters. I want to talk about the rise. So, the rise, we know what it takes to get to be double diamond. You start off as bronze, one on your left, one on your right, silver, four, platinum. There's gold, eight, platinum, 12, sapphire. Now you're into the gem ranks, then ruby, then emerald, and you have momentum if you're at emerald. Celebrate if you're emerald, celebrate if you're platinum, celebrate if you're silver. Every single rank counts. Be proud of what you've done. And then me, this all happened in one single month. I joined in November of 2024 and I was double diamond by the end of January 2025. So imagine how hard it is to build during the holidays. I'm calling people, they're thinking I'm going to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm saying, no, I need you to sign up. I need you to look at something. They're like, come on, man, catch me in the new year. Not right now. What are you doing? All my money spent on Christmas gifts. And I was able to hit a rank of platinum in 12 days because Haley asked me to do that for her to go double diamond. And I said, okay, wow. I have no idea. Do you guys understand something? You don't know this. I didn't even know how to log into my back office when I hit platinum. Think about that. Haley had my login. Haley would say, you just signed up someone else? Where do you want me to place them? I would say, I don't know, left, right, three to the left, one to the right, whatever you guys do. And we went for it. You don't have to know everything to move. So just please understand that the fall can happen when you rise so quick. So I just told you guys, meteoric rise. A huge builder came in under me named Isaac Carr, under Uncle Les, under my best friends. And I rose with that and I had to do the work on my inside leg. And so what happens when you have such momentum, you can kind of get a little cocky. You can get a little ego. And I didn't realize that that was happening to me, you guys. Me of all people, I'm a humble dude. I thought I was anyway. But I'm strutting around the conference like, hey, hi, I'm your double diamond. You want to take a picture with me? Me. It wasn't about me. So God said, oh, you about to get humble and sit down. So that fall from double diamond back to diamond the next month, then down to emerald the next 3 months. And I stayed at emerald probably for 6 months. And then I had a tragedy in my family where the mother of my firstborn passed away from cancer at the age of 49 in summer of 2025 in May. And that kind of took me out of the game for the next 6 months. But I thought, okay, I have 4,000 people. I'll be good. They can go. They're going to keep ordering, but that's not how this business works. I fell down from emerald to ruby probably in September or in October, and then from ruby down to sapphire in November of 2025. And I had to wake up finally. Candace was a part of this. Um, in me waking up and getting out of my own way right before I fell below platinum again. And this part was very, very real. I am not ashamed to tell this part because sometimes people only tell the good stuff. They only talk about the rise and, oh my goodness, this is so great up here and I can't wait for you all to be at the top. But that's not reality. Reality, there's wins, there's bonuses, there's applause, there's stage moments, sure, but we don't talk about how life gets hard. And especially in this business, when your friends don't want to pick up your phone, you feel like everyone's ghosting you. We don't talk about when focus slips. And we have pain because we don't understand what's happening to our business as it unravels around us, where discouragement shows up, where momentum slows down, and where we stop doing the basic daily things that we know we're supposed to do, but we just don't feel like doing it. Nobody talks about that. But that's what happened to me. And I'm sure it's happened to some of you. When you ask yourself, I'm not even making enough money to pay for my product. Why am I still here? So, what is the lesson, you guys? I don't want to just speak at you. I want to train you. I want you to be active in the chat. So, I want you thinking, I want you reflecting, and most importantly, I want you leaving with three very simple things that you can do immediately after this call because it's simple. And when we give directives, you don't leave confused. You have a clear path. So, I want you to be able to move. So, let's talk about the 3 points. Number one, we do have to stay consistent. If I would have stayed consistent through the fall and at least signed up 3 people every month, now you guys know about the three reach outs daily, the 10 in play, and the three. Hopefully, you guys know what I'm talking about, the 3 and 30 with our new MPG Plus app. If that would have existed back then, I could have kept my rank and been a legacy double diamond or triple diamond by now, or blue, who knows? But because I stopped number one, which is stay in phase one, which is always recruiting, recruit, stay consistent with the basics, that didn't happen for me. So write that in the chat, guys. Number one is basics. Number two is hard seasons do not cancel your purpose. We all have hard seasons. We all feel unappreciated. We all have issues with a loved one. We all have family members that are discouraging, or we have situations in life where we just are in survival mode, in that sympathetic state, always just survive, survive, survive. Cortisol, cortisol, cortisol. And it's not a good place, but no matter how hard it gets, I want you to know that hard seasons do not cancel your purpose. So number two is purpose. Let me see everyone put purpose, 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 purpose in the chat. And number three is that do the next right thing right away. In other words, do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Repeat with me. Do it now. Do it now. Don't wait. If you know it's the right thing to do to get to the goal that you have set for yourself and your family and your future, then do it now. Why would you wait? So the third thing is next step. Do it now. So number one is basics, number two is purpose, and number three is next step or do it now. And so let's put that in the chat. And I want you guys' hands moving. I want you guys to be engaged and let's talk about the different parts. So part one, the rise, um, is basically about the time when things were moving. That was the rise from bronze to silver to platinum. I called 63 people I put in at that point. I think all of them said yes. I had like an 80% yes rate, which is unheard of in the business just because of the person that I am. And that was my warm market. And I still haven't gone through my entire warm market, but that was amazing. When you're rising, you feel wonderful, right? That feels good. People are responding, volume is moving, there's excitement in the chats. Everyone's like, welcome this person, welcome that person. There's high energy, the team is growing. You know that you've been called here, your confidence is strong, your posture is good. And if we are not careful in the season when we start thinking that we're stronger than our systems, which again, that's that ego creeping in, and that's what happened to me, that is when we are in danger. Because sometimes when people rise, they stop respecting the basics. And that's exactly what happened to me. I thought, oh, I could be like Terry. I've almost recruited 80 people. Terry says he's recruited 80 people. So I must be on the right track. I can get into management mode. Wrong. Definitely wrong. I stopped doing phase one. I stopped number one, which is what? Somebody put in the chat, the basics. It was never about the rank. Put that in there. Rank does not pay bills. It's about daily habits. If you don't get anything, you guys get this. It's about consistency, follow up, belief, going to events, sharing, storytelling, serving with love in your heart, plugging in as often as possible. It's those simple things that you do over and over, even when you don't feel like it. Candace and I talk all the time about, oh boy, we got how many Zooms today? 5 Zooms? Okay, we got Winner's Edge. Okay, we got Team Huddle. Okay, we got this Zoom, we got this training, and then after this, there's a presentation. Okay, yeah, about 5 different Zooms. Get on all that you possibly can. If your why is big enough, you won't let excuses stop you. Big ranks are built by small daily habits. Type that in the chat. Big ranks are built by small daily habits. And because that's true in business everywhere, that's also true in your health. And you'll understand what's so special about our community is that we don't just teach you how to build your business. I hope you're paying attention. We teach you how to build your life and have an abundant life that is overflowing in all areas if you do it correctly. You should never ignore one thing over the other. There's a season, but you should become a better spouse, a better son, a better mother, a better father, a better parent, a better human. Because in this business, when you build relationships, you start to see what those successful people do. That's why I'm hanging around Karen. Are you kidding me? I want to be successful like her. She has so much to teach me. And all of you guys are sitting around the table. You're at the campfire. So your business can thrive, your health, your marriage, your parenting, your faith. It's all in the little things done daily that create big things that we can all celebrate together. And another hard truth, just like there's a rise, there can be a fall, and there will be. Do you think that everyone that hits their rank in the Diamond Club stays there? No, I'm not the only one I might be the only one that's talking about it, but I know for a fact most of them, woo, some of them are not even silver today. And they will never tell you that because they either got distracted by something else, they got another shiny object, or they gave up on this dream. And you guys, I don't want you to give up. I want you guys to understand that you are here for a reason. Once you fall and you miss one basic thing at a time, one missed follow up, it starts to cascade because that's what happened to me. I skip one event. I just can't make it to that event in Colorado. There's no way. Okay, that's your choice. 1 week of not reaching out, 1 month of not telling your story on social or with people that surround you, one season of pulling back like I did because life got hard. That happens to all of us. But it's not doing the basics. Just that moment of discouragement where that gets louder than your purpose. Go back to your why and understand that is why people say your why has to be bigger than any excuse you can come up with, bigger than your cry, bigger than anything. Your why has to be dialed in. Jim and Byron talked about it. If that's dialed in, you're showing up no matter what. And my why, I lost the purpose for my why because I originally got into it and I was comfortable as a pharmacist. I'm comfortable. I could pay all my bills. So I forgot that I wanted to do more than just pay my bills. And I let it slip away from me. So double diamond, became emerald, became ruby, became sapphire. And you realize I'm not where I used to be. And Terry checked in on me, Haley checked in on me, all the people checked in on me. My team looked at me and said, "Where are you, Dr. Kareem? We miss you. Where are you?" So I said, "Okay, all right. This is a little bit painful. It's humbling. Um, I need to take a really good look in the mirror. And because I lived it, you guys, I can say that. So in the chat, I want you to type one word. Rise, Rise. If you had a good season, type the word rise. If you have momentum right now, type the word rise. But I also want everyone to be honest and type the word fall, Fall. If you're going through a hard season, if you don't know why you're still here, if you've lost sight of your why and your purpose, because both can serve you and teach you a very valuable lesson. I want you to understand this tonight. If you have had both, that does not make you broken. That makes you human. That makes you just like everybody else. Come on, guys. We're all human. And that's why this training is so important. So let's move on to staying consistent with the basics. And let's get back to the big point. Number one was staying consistent with the basics. I'm going to move quickly here. So try to keep up. I want to make this plain. The basics are not flashy. They're not sexy. They're just the basics. They're the work. They're the daily 5 by 5. Let me say this in a way I would say it to a fifth grader. If you stop doing what got you there, you should not be surprised when you stop staying there. Do you understand that? If you stop doing what got you there, don't be surprised when you're not there anymore. It's that simple. That is the truth. The basics are using the products yourself, sharing your stories, inviting people, following up, promoting events, staying connected, checking on your team, and doing it again tomorrow. That was just today. That's the basics. We all have to do that. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Don't try to outsmart it and be the smartest person in the room. You do not need to know everything to move. And to be honest, sometimes we stop doing the basics because we're tired, because we're in pain, which is it's just all excuses, guys. So we have to get past our feelings and be the leader that your team needs you to be. My team needed me to lead because my purpose it was is to lead. My routine was to lead. My daily discipline was to lead and serve others. And if you only work when you're feeling strong, guess what? You will always be at the mercy of your emotions. Is that the way you want to live? Hopefully not, because you're going to go through some hard seasons. And I know what it's like to go through physical pain, emotional pain, pressure of life, carrying on, and the basics still work in hard seasons. If I just would have done, which is what I'm doing now. And so, again, let's type in the chat, what basic have you stopped doing that you know works? Be honest. Have you stopped doing your follow-ups? If you're brave enough to put it in the chat, put follow-ups. Have you stopped sharing? Have you stopped promoting? Have you not even downloaded the MPG Plus app because you think it's too much and it's too complicated and you're mad because it's not on Android yet? What is your story? Where are you? Whatever it is, I just want you to understand that if you do the basics, you will get to where you need to be. The seeds that you plant today will bear fruit tomorrow. Okay. And so moving quickly to number two, hard seasons do not cancel your purpose. Hard seasons do not cancel your purpose. And what this means is that being someone who went through a hard season and we all go through them, there is nobody listening to me tonight that has not had some kind of battle, some type of difficulty that they've overcome. Maybe it was your health, your finances. Maybe it was your marriage, your parenting, your grief, your disappointment, your depression, your burnout, your fear, your silence. You're feeling as if you're not worthy. But we have all been through hard seasons. And a hard season is not the same as a finished story. It's just a season. How many seasons do we have every year? We have winter, we have spring, we have summer, we have fall. It's just a season. Take a big perspective. Take a look further out and understand that this too shall pass because you're discouraged in that season. And sometimes we punish ourselves, but sometimes God slows us down, like God slowed me down to be humble long enough to remember what matters most and get out of my own way. And that fall taught me something, you guys. It taught me something very important. I do not ever want to live a life of regret. Who wants to live a life of regret? None of us. That's why we're all here because we have a dream. We have hopes. We see value in where we're at. And so I don't want you guys to be discouraged when you're in the hard season. I don't want you guys to say, I had an opportunity, but I let fear talk me out of it. I knew I should have done it. I knew this launch was coming. I knew VeraCell was coming out, but I did nothing. I told nobody. I didn't send out one single video. Don't let that be your story. Please be stronger than that and understand that you are just in a season that may be confusing, but this too shall pass. And so I'm going to move along to the third and final thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to wrap this part up. Do the right thing right now. Do the right thing tonight. Do the right thing right away. That's number three. So this is where a lot of people get stuck. They think too much, they wait too long, they understand everything before they move. Oh, do y'all know anybody like that? Send me one more document. I need the white papers. Where's that link? It's all in Campfire. It's all it's still never enough. They keep asking you for more. It's just an excuse for them not to move. They want to feel ready before they take action. They want to feel perfect. They want to feel confidence and knowledge. That is what stops momentum in its tracks. It's not from the waiting, you guys. It's from the moving in the imperfection that gets you to your goals. You don't want to overteach. You don't need to overexplain. You do not need to be a doctor or a scientist to share this. You do not need to sound like philosophical and like you're this deep person that thinks about everything. Our cells need to communicate well. That's it. Keep it simple. Our cells need help, and we have tools that will help it. That's it. I can point you to something that will explain it more, to a presentation, to a gem, whatever it is, but get out of your own way. Do the right thing. Some of you are stuck because not because you lack opportunity, but you're stuck because you are trying to say too much. You hear them say all the time, say less to more people, right? When you make it complicated, people start to back off. You send them one video, they haven't even finished clicking through the 2-minute video, and you sent them the follow up. What are you doing? Ask questions like, did you see what you wanted to see? Would you like me to send you more information? Ask the questions, have the conversation, guys. That's the right thing. So make your list, send the tool, follow up. We have it all now on the MPG Plus app, and move while you are learning. So this is coming to the end pretty much of this part of the presentation where I'm just going to ask a few questions in the chat. Question number one, who on this call knows they need to get back to the basics? If that's you, raise your hand, put some hearts, do some emojis, whatever. You know, or type me. Me, I'm doing 10 a day right now, but I still need to do more. Question number two, who knows they have been in a hard season? Have you been in a hard season? Put some hearts in the chat, put some love, put something. We've all been, that should be everyone. But who knows that even though you were in that hard season, you are not done? Now that's a better question. You've been in a hard season, but if you know that you're not done, type in the chat, I'm still here. Pound your chest. I'm still here. I'm still here for a reason. And number three, who is ready to move this week? Not just think about moving, but ready to move. Type in the chat, let's go. Let's go. Do it now. Let's go. Do it now. Let's go. And then now you have your takeaways. That's pretty much everything, you guys. This is not about hype. This is not here to just inspire you. It's about pointing you in a direction where you're going to take action. And your takeaways are the basics. Remember, stay consistent with the basics. Hard seasons do not cancel your purpose, and do the right thing right away. The three things we learned tonight were basics, purpose, and right now, right away. Do it now. So, action, call to action is this. Write down 10 people. You can do this in the MPG app. If you go to the onboarding, one of the tools that they teach you is how to create a list of 10 people. I think they teach you something like write down 5 people who are always looking for new opportunities. Boom, do it now. Then it says write down 3 people who always are in new health and wellness projects. Boom, do it now. And write down 2 people who you know will say yes because you told them to say yes and they'll come into the business. That is how you create your 10. It's short, it's simple, it's sweet, and it works. And then you close from your heart, you guys. Remember that God has given us a chance in health. He gives us chances in marriage. He gives us chances in parenting, in leadership, in business. And he gives us chances to wake us up before we lose something that we can never get back. So I believe that this training tonight, prayerfully, is one of those moments where you have a chance to see a different version of yourself. I pray that you have a chance to not look at this as a motivational speech, but as a reminder that the basics still work. And we cannot waste this time. We cannot waste this launch. We cannot waste this lesson. We cannot waste what God has put right in front of you. It's on a plate. Billions of dollars were sold with this product 20 years ago. What do you think is going to happen now? Come on, guys. Let me leave you with this. Remember, stay consistent. Remember to do the right thing. And remember that you want to do it now. I believe that we all are here for a purpose. So let's move with purpose. Let's build with purpose. Let's serve with purpose. And let's love with purpose. And let's win the day. That's it.
Can I add to that really quick, Dr. Kareem?
Yeah.
Because people listen to me when I say this. People need you to get out of your own way.
Yeah.
I'm driving in not tomorrow, but the next day to a man I've never met before who has terrible proliferating cells in his brain and his body is not taking care of it. But I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm a little, but what if I don't? What if I don't? So I can get out of my own way. I'm driving, 100 miles out of my way, but I don't care. He needs me. And they're excited to see me knock on their door. So if you can't, for your own reason, everything that he just said, which was gold, by the way, if you can't do it for that, do it for somebody else that's praying for a miracle. And I'm telling you, what we have, I don't have the bag sitting with me because I already put it in my car, so I didn't forget it. It's a product and then a company that people are praying for. So I'm asking you, just if you can't do it for yourself, do it for someone else because people need you.
Amen, amen, and amen. Absolutely. You guys, Karen asked us, as we transition to the next part of the training, to go through a little bit of the fix kind of discovery process that I had with it, and then we're going to discuss VeraCell and maybe do some Q&A back and forth to each other. And so let's transition. You guys ready? All right. Second half coming up. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you guys something here. And let me hit play and get ready for something hopefully that a lot of you may not have ever seen before because I used to do something called a builder's block training. And I did this training on there. I've lost, okay, my Zoom. Okay, here's Zoom and share screen. Okay, and this part will be more fun. Hopefully, everyone feels good. Everyone feels like they're walking in their purpose and they know that they need to move, hopefully. Okay. So they used to call it Fix Your Health with Dr. Kareem. I'm microbiologist, PharmD. Oh, the story. Okay. And there's this great story called Glyco's great go ride that I did the other day. So let's move into something a little bit more fun. Let me actually pull it up here so that I can have it. Okay. And I think, let me see what I did. Yeah, here we go. So here's a nice little graphic. And as I read along, you guys can follow. So there once was a glyco, tiny and sweet, with a bounce in his step and fast little feet. He zipped through the body with wiggles and glee, saying, I've got a big job. Just you wait and see. He swooshed through the tummy. He sailed past the snack, then hopped in the bloodstream for a bright, busy track. He waved at the cells as he flew on by. Hello there, friends. It's your helper guy. The cells all whispered, Who goes there? Who? How do we know what we're supposed to do? Glyco said, Easy, don't fuss, don't fight. I help cells and I get things right. He helped make the signals so cells could all share. Take this message here and send that message there. The immune cells smiled. Now we understand. We know our friends all over the land. From the head to the toes, what a wonderful sight. The body worked better and messages were right. And Glyco felt proud as he finished his day. Good cell to cell teamwork can help lead the way. All right. All right. So that was just for fun, for us to understand glyconutrients, you guys.
Love it.
If you have anything to add on that, you can. We'll come back and talk about VeraCell here in a minute. But basically, guys, we're going to keep it simple. You want to keep it fun. You want to keep it light. We want to love each other. We don't always want to be, talking at each other and what you should do, what you shouldn't do. We want to have fun. Okay? At the end of the day, if I can't hang around you at a conference or a retreat, then something's not right. You guys are my people. We are like-minded individuals, which is why we're all here. We're all entrepreneurs. We're all here for a reason. We all dream. We're big dreamers. And we like to have fun. But understanding what a glyconutrient is, just understand it's a natural sugar in your body that uses tiny building blocks, okay? It does not mainly give you energy like table sugar. Instead, it helps cells communicate and recognize each other, and they work together in the way that they were designed to work. That's how God designed our bodies to actually heal from within. An easy way to think about it is your cells are like people on a busy city, and glyconutrients are the name tags and little messages that help them to know who they're talking to. Okay, so that is my quick introduction to glyconutrients. And then I think we're running out of time a little bit. So please forgive me as I go through these slides about what happened when Haley asked me to go research and find out if Fix was real. Quick disclaimer, educational only, informational purposes. Always seek advice of your physician. I'm not doctor, I'm not your doctor, all that good stuff. Okay, I had the first question. I said, what is matured hop extract? Okay, I didn't even know what that was. I said, oh, it's a plant derived from the hops plant to age to full maturity. I said, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? If it's aged properly, then you get higher concentrations. Okay, what does that do? That makes it more potent and what is bioavailable? That means your body uses more of it versus other things you can buy on Amazon. Okay, so do we have the only one like this? Yes, we're the only ones exclusively that we've extracted 3 mature hop bitter acids. Okay, so okay, all right. I got it. That's what it is. Let me look these parts up and see what they are. Okay, humalone, that reduces inflammation. Okay, that's good for the body. That's good for the immune system. Lupulone, that stabilizes blood sugar. That's great. That can help people with cravings and control. And the xanthohumol, that stimulates the thermogenesis, the visceral fat burning. Okay. The science is making sense. And so overall possible benefits, I looked this up in my drug database. I didn't want to use something that they provided. So that's why this looks different to what you may have seen before. You guys can take a screenshot or go back and watch the recording. But it does a lot of good things in the body, right? Another really big question as a pharmacist that I get is I'm on these medications. And if you don't know, we say there's no drug interactions, but you do not know how to go check it. Here is how you go. Go type this in webmd.com. Drug interaction checker on WebMD. That's what this looks like. Type in the word hops. And what you should understand here, this is the most important part. Hops for WebMD is not our extract. Our extract is cleaner. Our extract doesn't have everything that's in the hops plant. So if hops, the actual flower, does not interact with warfarin or Ozempic or any other drugs you put in, you'll be surprised. Over 300 different interactions I've checked, none of them interact with hops. Then you can feel confident when you share this and say there's no drug interactions. For medical professionals, they may like Medscape. That's more designed for people in the medical field and healthcare, but you can use it as well. There you would type in humulus, lupulus, or you could type in hops and the name of the drug, and only type in one at a time, because what happens is people put in their entire list of medication and then they find an interaction. They say, oh, there's an interaction. Guess what? It's not with hops. It's with your 2 blood pressure medications that are changing your physiology and can possibly make you bottom out with low blood pressure. That's what you just found. You didn't find a problem with hops. So make sure that you understand that. Okay, if you go in the back office and look at this episode, episode 17, this is before a lot of you got here, you can hear the conversation with the scientific team behind Fix. They'll tell you the inspiration behind it. They'll tell you the dream that they had. They'll tell you how they were able to pull out only the potent parts and how they were able to use data from over 70 years to make what we now call Fix. It's very informative. I recommend everybody listen to this at least once. The next question I asked, no harmful side effects, boom. All natural, great. Only ingredient, purified water, awesome. No clinical side effects. All that means is that in the clinical trials, they didn't have big clinical trials, but in the ones that were done with hops, no one had to drop out of the trial due to a clinically significant negative effect. So that was great. People ask about estrogen all the time. I'm on HRT, or I don't want to take this because phytoestrogens. I looked it up on Google or on ChatGPT. Come on, guys. We've done the research. We've confirmed that there's no phytoestrogens in this. Only things that we have in here are what we need, which is the alpha and beta um, part of it. And then there's a subcategory. I don't want to get too technical because then you guys will go back and try to learn it. So I won't even say it. Okay, next thing you need to know is, and what I need to know is, what does the vagus nerve do? And here are all the things you guys can go back and look at. All of the major organs in our body. Activating the vagus nerve with our extract bridges the communication gap between the brain and all of the different organs. You understand the gut plays a huge part. When you activate the gut-brain axis, amazing things can happen. If you don't know what visceral fat is, you guys can come back and look at this. Visceral fat is that dangerous fat that surrounds your organs, that's behind the muscles. It's the living, metabolically active fat. And that's why it's so dangerous, because it stores up all the toxins. So sometimes when people start to have negative reactions when they start fix, it's not because of fix, it's because you're releasing toxins into your system, and they either have to come out in your urine, your feces, your sweat, or your breath. That's it. So these are some of the major things that people come to the hospital about, because visceral fat affects so many different disease states. You come in when you have a stroke, you come in when you have a heart attack, you come in when you have high, your blood sugar's too high, your cholesterol is out of control, your blood pressure won't go down no matter what you do. That's when I see you in the emergency room and have to put you on certain things that will help to reduce it. Traditionally, the way that people would reduce visceral fat were these things. We're not going to go over this, but you guys can go back. You've heard this all before. Um, we're not doing that anymore because of the new technology, the new science, how it could possibly reduce unhealthy cravings. And all of these things should have the word may in front of it and the word support. You don't want to go out and make any medical claims. We just want to know that it supports overall balance in the body, which we call homeostasis. Dr. Joseph Aarons, a twice nominated for the Nobel Prize, he endorses this. I met him at the first conference back in Vegas. We had a long talk, and he said some really good things about this product and Emulin 5, which is something that he developed that is also in your back office that you guys should check out. For compliance, always, 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 anywhere you post anything, use these words. It can assist, support, and manage your symptoms. It can never, never, never heal, cure, or fix anything. All we do is give the body the nutrients that it needs to do what God intended it to do. Third-party references right here. There's so many references, you guys. I can't even go over all of them. And then as I finish this section out, I started off at 208. If you look at the date, from September, look at the bottom, the gray part, which says November 16th, 2024. That's when I started on Fix. And when I first started, I was like, oh, this is not going to work, blah, blah, blah. And little do I know, was that 1, 2 weeks in, 16 to 24, I'm down in body fat. I'm down in visceral fat. It's working. In just 9 days, I'm one of the fast responders. 20% of people respond fast. 60% of people take 30 to 90 days. And then another 20% take 90 to 180 days before they see anything. And then, of course, you always have your outlier, a few people that just say they never see a change. But these are just my numbers. You can see my weight is going down, my body fat's going down, my visceral fat's going down, my BMI is going down, and I am walking 10,000 steps a day. It's not just the fix. I'm eating healthier. I'm excited. I'm getting better sleep. I reached my goal, so I was grateful for these results. My visceral fat went down to 8. My cardiologist said, "What are you doing? You're healthier now than you were 7 years ago. What's happened?" So I told him about this. And here's an app, if you don't know about it, Me360, that just shows some of my numbers, shows my weight going down, my body fat going down, and everything going in the right direction. And that is it. That's what happened to me. Okay,
That's
done.
awesome.
All right,
So,
done.
so how are we going to add that fix to VeraCell? Let's
Okay,
hear. Let's
wonderful.
hear about what's getting ready to launch.
Yes. So who's am I talking about that, or who's talking
No, the
about that?
girls.
The girls. Okay,
The girls. Yeah.
let's get the girls on, and let's get the screen back to where you guys can see everybody. And I hope you guys enjoy that.
Thank you. That was so
All right.
amazing. Let's all give them a
Awesome.
big hand clap. That was
Yay.
so
Praise
good. And
God.
everybody needed to hear
So
that.
good.
And guys, our launch is we have 3 days,
Yeah.
as Dr. Kareem said. This is going to
Let's
be,
go.
in my opinion, the biggest launch we've ever had, period. Fix was incredible, but guess what? We had to figure out what was Fix going to do. We had to change our story a couple of times because we were still in the process of learning. We don't have to do that anymore. The proof is in the pudding. The science is there. The studies are there. The lives have been changed. And so I just want to turn it over to the fabulous sisters, Misti and Nikki. Guys, give them a big hand clap. They pour so much into us, and we're just getting started. So I want to turn it over to you guys. What do you vision for Marketplace Global because of this powerful product? You already know what it's going to do. Just pour into us. You can take as long as you want, but let me say this before we start. I know at 9 o'clock we have another Zoom. Callie's going to do it, and it is, I think I should know that. It is catchthewavezoom.com. So when this is over, go support her because she works very hard every Tuesday night as well. And Janet always is like the big cheerleader there. I love it. So yeah, go Janet. So now we're going to turn it over to these amazing women. Guys, let's launch this business right because we have everything it takes. So Nikki, Misti, take it away.
Nikki,
Hello,
you want to
hey
go?
everybody.
Hi. You want to go first? You go. You go ahead.
Um, Misty and I have not talked today, but let me explain. I'm going to help you guys understand how to explain this very simply. Okay. Dr. Kareem did a fantastic job of being so relatable because sometimes doctors can be a little above our head, right? So let me explain the communication and why that's so important. And then Misty's going to bring it home with the package that we have here is going to be phenomenal. It is phenomenal already. So let's remember, can you guys hear me? I feel like my screen just froze. Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. So let's remember that we're talking about communication. And every cell in our body has to communicate. It has to. These glycoproteins, these glyconutrients, you saw the little book that he made. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about a glyconutrient. It's nutrition for your body, at the cellular level. So these have to be on the outside of every cell for you to have the proper communication. They have to be, or you wouldn't stay alive. So keep in mind that with our modern diets and in the last 50 years, the farming, everything, we've talked about that. We are not getting what we need with the foods that we eat, right? So I'm going to give you a 3 or 4 minute way that you can explain this. So we have a problem. We have a communication breakdown in our bodies. We all know, those of us that have lived more, than 50 years, we didn't have autism at the rate we had back then. We didn't have autoimmune. Nobody talked about autoimmune diseases. And I'm not making any claims. I'm just saying we didn't have it. We didn't talk about it. Heart disease, I just looked it up, is the number one killer today in the United States. And I mean, my great granddaddy ate a steak with real butter all over it, and a baked potato whenever he wanted. And they didn't have the heart problems. So you're getting my point. We have a problem. We have a breakdown. And nothing gets in or out of your cell, this one little tiny cell, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, without these sugars and without a communication. And if it does, it's a breakdown. So going back to my explanation from the beginning, if we have an overactive immune system, right, it just never shuts down. We have what's called suppressor cells in our body. And if that message can't get out to call off the dogs, we are attacking something inside of our body. And we all know that our bodies were never made to attack themselves. Depending on where your body is attacking, that's the name of the disease or the syndrome or the problem that you have. Then if we go on the other side, so we've talked about the overactive. Now we're going to talk about the underactive. The underactive is we've got cells dying off in our bodies continuously. Dr. Kareem can vouch for me on this, but cells are overturning and regenerating all the time. Well, imagine if some of those sick, deadly cells don't have the housekeepers. They're actually called macrophage, I believe, but forget that. That's the house cleaning cells come in to clean everything out, and they start to gum up and pool. And then, you've got a proliferating problem that is growing and growing inside your body. So that's your underactive. There's nothing to come in and clean things out, call in help when you need it. So I've got a really simple way here, and get ready, everybody. I'm going to hold up this sign, and next week, I promise I will have it on a slide and it will be much easier to read. But let's say my cells are over here getting attacked and they're trying to say, help me. My own friendly body is attacking me and I need help to make it stop. So I want you to imagine the word help. And everybody, I know this is makeshift, but here's the word help. This word is made up of long lines, a little short line, and a little half backward C over there. I could make most of the alphabet here. I could make an A, I could make a Z, I can make anything. Just like on this Zoom call, we had to all call in and click the exact link to communicate. So let's say right here, my cell is trying to say, help me. And it doesn't have all the sugars on the outside and it's confused. So let's just take away the long line. Let's say that's 2 of the sugars. Here's what it's going to look like to the rest of the body. Look, that was H, E, L, P. And none of the cells in your body know that we're missing 2 sugars and we can't communicate. So we keep attacking and attacking and attacking. What this product does, and I'm speaking of VeraCell right now, it's not an immune booster. It's not, so don't promote it like that. It is immune modulator. So some people might need their immune system boosted, but guess what? Some people might need it suppressed. They might need, it to back off and come back into rest and digest. I've heard you guys say that over and over. You don't feel this happening in your body. Nobody feels, until you've got an issue. But this is happening continually every single day. So you begin to supplement and you begin to take your VeraCell and you've got your fix. You've got this fire combination and your cells get saturated. Inside your gut, this is a fun note. Inside your gut, we all know gut health is important, are these little receptors, and they are looking through your gut for the glyconutrients, the glycoproteins, these long chain saccharides, right? And pulling it out to feed the body. So that's how important these are. You start to supplement and your body gets saturated. Each cell is like, oh my goodness, I can understand what's going on. And I promise you, you can't help but feel better. And things reverse, things get better. Communication is the key. We have a product that is 4 times stronger than what Misti and I used 20 years ago. And we built well over a 6-figure business in that. So we know hardships, we know rises and falls. We watched, things happen and, your volume just goes down. But now it's back. It's 4 times stronger. It's launching in 2 days. So I'm going to reiterate what Dr. Kareem said. Take action tonight. Get on the phone. Tell somebody, I don't know how to tell you about this, but I'll get you on the phone somebody that does. And we're all here to help you. And I'm going to let Misti, I hope that helped you guys. I hope that helped you understand a little bit of this is not rocket science in the way that you have to explain it. Just make it easy. Our cells need help and we're here to help that. So Misti, you go ahead, you tell them this amazing stuff they have. And if you guys have any questions, we'll be here to help you answer.
Yeah, that was a great job, Nikki. I think that's powerful when you take that long part of the alphabet out and you can see that there's no way to communicate when that's missing. So we do know, we've spoken about this before, that the body does have a backup system, but it takes so much energy to make up that one little line, let's say, to restore communication. So, and it's a very inferior form. So you guys, I was sitting here this whole time trying to think about the words that I want to use to express to you all what you have your hands on from the knowledge that I know, because I've been involved with at least one product now for 25 years. What we saw 20 years ago I don't really think I have the words to, you're going to have to probably see it in the, as people start using it more and, start to see just how potent and powerful and amazing it is and how much hope that you can offer people. But try to take our word for it, because we have been involved with this for so long. I'm not at all doubting. Like yesterday, Dr. Kareem was talking about, taking action. Yesterday, we were eating lunch and there was this cute little waitress and she was into fitness and all that. I mean, I totally bombed. She was not interested at all when I brought this up to her. And I think when we first started, I probably would have thought about that for a long time. Like, it would have bothered me. I didn't even think about it for 2 seconds. I'm like, oh, she's not interested, and I'll think about it a little bit and like maybe what I could have done something better to have attracted her in better. So I'll think about that. But as far as that bothering me that I got rejected, we are so far past that. And I think Dr. Kareem was talking about that, in that you've got to get past that, and you will. And it will help you when you see how well these products work, and how if you don't open your mouth, someone could be suffering. I mean, they could be hopeless. They could be literally losing their family members, or, passing way too soon. I don't want to say too much, because we don't want to make any claims or anything, but you guys are the voices of hope. And in 3 days, you're going to have a new product that is a proven miracle worker. And then the more that I learn about Fix, I'm just blown away by how great Fix is, how great I'm sleeping. It's miracle, which we're going to be using that word a lot in the future. So you guys have such, it's so good. It's so stinking good what you have. And when Nikki and I started, our passion, we got settled, we've told you guys the stories before that we had to call Sam Castor's personal assistant because we had known her from years before. And we were like, tell us the truth. Her name is Terry. And we were like, tell us the truth. Are these stories really true? And she just laughed and said, oh my gosh, girls, yes, we've been here for 10 years doing this. And this is all true. Once we had it settled in our mind that the product did what we believe, what we were hearing that it did, we went to work. And I don't think we'd never been in network marketing before. We were still pretty young. Stay-at-home mom. I had 2 little girls. Nikki had 2 little girls at the time. And we weren't, I know I wasn't, she's a much more business-minded, I'm more relational than, I know I wasn't really thinking of it as a business, like a legitimate income. I was just, we got to tell everybody, we got to tell everybody, we got to tell everybody. And after we hit maybe the 3rd or 4th rank, and I realized, oh, we're going to make money at this. We're not, there's no way we're stopping. And then we quickly went on to hit the top rank, and I think faster than anybody else had hit it in that company before. And we were, we had a legitimate business. But at first it was just product. I want to save people. I want to help people. And then my mind shifted over to, hey, I'm a legitimate businesswoman with this. Like, we're making real money with this. And it will shift in your mind too, if it hasn't already. But the miracles that these products will do will get you out of your comfort zone to go talk to you. You're not, once you start seeing this, you're just not going to be able to stop. I can tell a story from last week. I had a friend that we kind of had a little falling out. It wasn't anything huge, but it was, sure, her husband has been diagnosed with those proliferating cells in the brain, and already got it gone once with the treatments the doctors give, and then it's back. And they said, once it comes back, you just better get things in order. And I was scared to reach out to her because it was a little nerve-wracking. But I was leaving town last week, and I texted her. I said, where are you guys? I've got something for Micah. And she said, we're at dinner. And they were at a fancy restaurant. I went to the fancy restaurant with a bag, and I set it on the table, and I just said, I'm leaving town, but I wanted to get this to you as soon as I could. It is what I've been telling you about, because we definitely talked about this, my friend and I, before, what I'd been waiting for 20 years. And I said, this is everything that I've ever talked about and more. And I'm going to leave this with you. And I sent her some information on it and said, it's up to you. But if it was me, I'd be spooning it in my mouth every single night, as fast, as much as I could. And so I stepped outside my comfort zone with that too. So even as many years as Nikki and I have done this, we still get uncomfortable, but there is no way we can be quiet when we know what. Now that I know we've got this back, and now we even have fixed with it, I mean, it's pushing me out of my comfort zone again. After 20 years, we did a couple other companies, but nothing that ever made us as passionate as what we were with the first round with this. And so we got out of our, I mean, we're getting out of our comfort zone just like you. And you guys have in 3 days, you have just miraculous, hold on a second. Hold on. You guys have miraculous products in your hand that you're going to make a difference in people's lives, just like Nikki and I did. You will make lifelong friends. Get out of your comfort zone. If you don't, somebody, when they learn about it, is going to, because they're not going to be able to be quiet. So I want you to think about helping people. And then I also want you to think about this as a legitimate business to make extra money for your family, for you guys, for your dreams to come true while you're helping save other people's lives. I cannot think of something better than this. And I did not think in 25 years ago that we would become passionate about a network marketing company or a product, but we did, because this one's different. And it sounds like Fix is different too. This company is different, to have been blessed with both of these products. So I just want to encourage you guys, go, just be so excited. You can hear it. I can't say what I'm feeling, because my emotions are so great about what we have that I am having a hard time expressing how great this is for you guys to really hear me. But understand that you're about to see God move in mighty, mighty ways, and it's going to come through your mouths. So open your mouths, okay? Because he's already went to a lot of trouble to put this product on the earth, and a lot of trouble in 20 years.
And shut it down, Misti. The enemy went to a lot of trouble to get this.
Yes, to shut it down. And we have this back, and 4 times more potent. I mean, I just don't have the words to express to you how excited I am. So I hope I'm firing y'all up some, because I'm on vacation. I'm sitting in my car in South Beach. And but this is more important to me than walking around South Beach right now with my family. You guys, everybody, just get ready. Just get ready, because we're
a little bit of a challenge, and some people will say, I'm not doing it, or and some will be like, okay, I need help, and some will be like, I can do that. But I don't know if you know much about how the algorithms on Facebook and Instagram and everything go, but you see Dr. Kareem going live all the time. We are launching in just a few days. I highly recommend, if you don't have the guts to do a little live, and it could just be, I don't know much about this, but I know something is coming. Are your cells communicating? And if you want more info, comment below, because that boosts your algorithm. And every time someone watches it through, it boosts it again. I'll go live for you. Misti will go live for you. I'm sure Karen will go live for you. It's easy to invite somebody in and go live and have them on there with you. But let's get the message out that something is coming back and something is launching that people have been waiting for years to get it back at this quality. Okay. Everybody's got questions about who has this or who. This quality at this company is the first time that a glycoprotein product has been launched, and it's in a couple of days, and it's in our hands. So if you guys need help, you get a hold of us. We'll help you, but go live, even if it's for 1 minute, 60 seconds, telling people and creating excitement. You've got a team and you've got people. I know Karen answers every time I text her. You guys have people that can help you get launched. Let's not only launch this product, but our businesses, and your faith in believing your dreams.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Thank you so much. Yes, go ahead, Dr. Kareem.
All I was gonna say was, you guys inspired me when I met you guys at the Momentum event with a story that I wanted you guys just to recap really briefly. You told me about a weekend that they had where people lined up around the block.
Yes.
Can you guys tell that story just so that people can understand?
Well, yeah, Nikki, do you want to tell it? I think I told it last time.
You tell it, but be sure you tell about the lady that spooned it in her mouth.
Well, okay, yeah, I can tell that story again.
Go.
I've already told it once, but I can tell it. Okay. Yes, and I actually think this was our first conference that we went to, and I think we'd hit maybe two ranks. We didn't know what we were doing. I mean, we did not know how to network market. We were just excited, and I think I remember when we first understood how great the product was. I think I made a list. We were having, remember, Nikki, we had a meeting in Oklahoma City, and I think we had 13 signups that night. And I had been on the phone. I called people I hadn't talked, people I used to go to church with, and I was just like, "You got to come hear this." Which was a little easier to get people at a meeting then because we didn't have, we weren't scrolling all the time and social media and all that. But now we get to do it on Zoom, so it's even better. But our excitement got, I think, 13 people the first night, and we were just a couple months in when they had their big conference in Dallas. And we sat there and we just watched this company and how they operated, and still under a huge blessing from God at that moment. And we, on testimony night, everybody said that they would do that on Friday nights, and we were in the Fort Worth Coliseum. It was huge. I think it held 13,000 or people or something like that. And I think we had, I don't remember. It was a lot.
8,000 people
We had
were
8,000 people there. So 8,000 people in this big arena, and it was testimony night. And the line went from the stage down to the side of down the stairs. And then, like if you're at a concert, like, if you went to see Journey or something really cool like that, in all the seats on the floor, and you have this big, long, all the way on the floor of this arena, all the way out into the hallway. And I don't actually know how far around it wrapped outside in the hall, but because I didn't walk over there and check, but we had that many people waiting to give their testimonies. And listen, it wasn't a testimony that, hey, I bruised my toe and it's bad. These were testimonies of life changing diagnoses that were devastating in most cases. And one after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, until you could not. I mean, everybody in the house was crying and weeping. And I'm going to tell this story again. The one
Let
that
me
stood
say
out, there were,
something really. Let me say something.
okay.
This is funny, Misti. I'm not interrupting you. Hold your thought. It got to the point where if somebody said, "Oh, I'm off of 3 blood pressure medicines and this or that," we were like, "Get to something better." That crazy. I literally would tell myself, Lord, please don't let my heart ever get jaded over the little steps, because that's a big deal. But am I wrong? Like,
No, you're right.
Here. Right. So, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like give me the real stuff. No, no big deal. No, I'm kidding. So yes, no, it was like that. But this one story, and there were, like I said, hundreds and hundreds of stories at each one of these testimony nights. And so I could pull some others out too, but this is one that sticks with me. And I've already said this once, but having my friend and her husband diagnosed with this same thing, I mean, it's just life and death, it's serious stuff. But there was a mother, and she had been diagnosed with these proliferating cells in the brain, and had been down to MD Anderson in Houston. I think she lived around the Dallas area. She was around that area, but she talked about, going down there and getting, told that there's just nothing we can do at all. And, I've said this before. She has said, how do you drive back and tell your children, your babies? I think she had four children, that I'm your mama, but I'm not going to be there for your graduation. And I'm not going to be, how I'm not going to be there for when you have your children, and I'm not going to be there for your weddings. And she was just profusely crying. And she explained that someone had shared with her about our product. And she said, when I understood what it was, I sat on the couch, and they came in tubs back then. And she said, I just would spoon it and chase it with water, which is how I take it. I put it in my mouth and chase it with water. And she just did that. And I don't know if she did a half a tub a day. I'm not sure. She did a lot, but she needed a lot at that time. And there she was at the conference, healthy, smiling, happy, and so very grateful that somebody opened their mouth and told her about the product, and no longer having these proliferating cells in her brain, and having a real chance at living, because her immune system was doing exactly what it was supposed to be doing all along. But because she wasn't getting these nutrients in her diet, it had a very inferior form of these glyco sugars on the outside of your cell, and it was not communicating and not taking care of those proliferating cells like it's supposed to. So when you share this, that's what you're sharing. When you get somebody to swallow this, that's what you're sharing. You are sharing life, literally, and you have already been with Fix. So just know you got something that's just boosted Fix times 1,000 probably. I mean, I don't know exactly what it boosted it, but out of excitement, I'm going to say times 1,000 because get excited. You are messengers of hope, and you're going to end up making a lot of money doing that too. What's better? It's amazing.
Wait, Misti, I have to read this. I don't know if everybody has their chats on, but this is what we're talking about. This is Patty, and she says, my dad has been paralyzed for over 6 years. He is on VeraCell and is moving his paralyzed side on command. It hasn't even launched yet, and you guys are getting your own testimonies. That is huge to that man. 6 years, and he's moving his you understand, right?
Yeah. Well, if you don't yet, you will soon.
Patty and her family do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, guys. Wow. Well, that's a good way to close this call. And we're starting to get so many stories. It's just life changing already. And I've shared some with you all the other day. Allison, a girl in North Carolina, has not been able to hardly get out of bed for 6 years. And she's going for walks. And she said another message. She said, Karen, I went on a bicycle ride. I could barely get out of bed. And she's been on product now for a month. And she said, don't
Praise
ever
God.
let me run out of this. So those stories keep coming in. And guys, like she said, we just got started.
Yeah.
And our launch is in 3 days. And we can't take it lightly because
No.
as Misti said, we have the opportunity to change lives. And that is what God wants us to do. He wants us to serve and to be servant leaders. This is the platform that we can do all of that. And we can bless people. You'll be blessed because you continue to bless other people. So I don't know what we can do, but we're going to do it big.
We are. And
Amen.
I
Yes.
see over here lots of questions, and I know you're in charge of,
No,
but
no, let's go
anytime anybody
ahead.
wants
Yeah,
to do a Q&A, we
yeah,
could set.
let's just stop the recording.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Or we
let's
can
stop the
schedule
recording.
another
Yeah.
one.
And then we